This morning, we are offering 2 adjournments in Memoriam, and I know that it sounds confusing that we are announcing an adjournment 2 minutes into the meetings, but this is really a courtesy to our honorees and their families so that they don't have to sit through the whole meeting and wonder when it is going to end. So we do this at the beginning, acknowledging that when we do adjourn the meeting sometime later today, it will be in honor and memory of today, these 2 community members. The first adjournment is being presented in memory and honor of Victor Garza.
Thank you. Today, we're adjourning in memory of Victor Garza, and I'm doing this in collaboration with Supervisor Arenas, and I also know that Supervisor Lee had a very close relationship with Victor. Victor, and in the chambers, we have his daughter, Cindy, and his 2 dear friends, Bob Nunez and Rose Amador. I want to thank them so much for being with us today. Victor was born on the 4th of July to a family of migrant farm workers in Eagle Pass, Texas, and he was always proud of his Texas roots. After working as a migrant farm worker in his teens, he moved to California, joined the U.S. Navy at 18, and worked as a welder before heading to San Jose State University. In the early 1970s, Victor and other members of the Chicano Employment Committee worked to ensure the San Jose Police Department, Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office, and San Jose Unified School District followed anti-discrimination legal decrees in hiring Latinos. Victor continued to serve and uplift his fellow veterans as an active member of one of the most important veterans groups in the nation, the American GI Forum. And he was also the first manager of the Santa Clara County Office of Veterans Services. He received numerous commendations and awards for his political activism and his bravery and his community involvement, including Outstanding Young Man of the Year by the USJCs, recognition by the Santa Clara County Human Relations Commission for outstanding service and dedication to the community, and he received proclamations from every level of government. In 1998, Victor was invited to the White House to participate in President Bill Clinton's initiative on race and poverty. One thing you may not know about Victor is that he was an Olympic cross-country torch relay participant in 1996. In 1988, Victor founded the La Raza Roundtable, which is when many of us met him for the first time. And it was the largest and is the largest coalition of Latino and Mexican American organizations that gather to give residents a voice in creating positive change. As chair of the roundtable, Victor was a strong voice for equitable education, immigration issues, employment, and promotional opportunities that impacted the Latino workforce, social and health issues, and Veterans Affairs. On June 30th, 2023, the assembly room at Conexión to the community headquarters was renamed in his honor, and it's called the Victor Garza Gathering Hall. I've known Victor since 1988, and I have a tremendous amount of gratitude to him. He paved the way for so many of us to get to do the things we're doing today on behalf of the Latino community and the entire community. Victor is survived by 3 daughters, Cindy, who's here with us today, Leticia and Araceli, and 2 sons, Victor Jr. and Eric. 4 brothers, Felix, Humberto, Carlos, and Rolando, and 3 sisters, Enriqueta, Manuela, Elida, and several great grandchildren. Victor, for all of us who knew him, was a fighter, a trailblazer. He just didn't stop when it came to social justice. To his family and friends, I want to share my deepest condolences. I'm so sorry for your loss. And I also want to thank you for years and years of sharing him with the community so he could do his good work. Supervisor Arenas?
Thank you. As agreed, Victor was a leading voice in the Latino civil rights movement in California, in our Bay Area, in our hometown. And he played a pivotal role in expanding opportunities for Latinos in the South Bay, including myself when I first started my elected public service. From improving services from veterans to expanding opportunities for education and economic justice, Victor's leadership opened the doors for just so many. And as we mourn Victor's passing, I'm absolutely grateful that we're here today to celebrate his accomplishments. And knowing who he was and sometimes the pressure he would put on us as public servants, because we needed to make sure that we provided the service that he fought so hard for. I think he would want us to take opportunity to carry on his legacy by keeping the pressure on our own selves on his behalf. And he would want us to continue his legacy of challenging new generations of younger Latino leaders to aspire to carry on the work that he devoted his life to. Thank you.
Supervisor Lee, like add a few words.
Yes, as my colleagues have already mentioned, we absolutely mourn the loss of Victor Garza, truly an icon and legend for the Latino and Chicano community and beyond. He was a dear friend, and he devoted his life to create a better and more just community for Latinos, students, veterans, and all residents, not just in the Clara County, all the way to even Central Valley and Fresno. I get to know that back in 2012 when I decided to run against a not-so-great member of Congress there. Victor was my biggest supporter, introducing me to his friends and connections and bringing me to various events and helped me get over 80,000 votes in Fresno, believe it or not. Victor is a true hero and advocate for the Latino community, and the words of Victor Garza himself, quote, "I am no rubber stamp. If it's not good for our community, I will not support it," unquote. I just saw Victor a month ago, and despite his health conditions, he actually was still thanking me for what we are doing right here at the county to protect the most vulnerable. And he definitely really, care about everyone more than himself. And we really express our deepest condolences to his family and friends. Rest in peace. Que viva Victor Garza.
Susan, I believe somebody wants to say something on his behalf as well.
I believe someone from the, is someone from the family going to say a few words? Welcome.
After hearing all the beautiful words, trying to pull myself together here. I accept the recognition on behalf of all my siblings for my father, Victor. I knew he was very close to all of you, and he never stopped his fight till the very end. As Supervisor Ottilie, even the month before, he still kept taking phone calls and trying to hold Zoom meetings, even from his hospital bed. That was who my father was. He continued to fight. I also just want to thank you and appreciate for all the support that you have given my dad throughout the years. And thank you. You thank me and our family for sharing him, but we thank you for allowing him to continue the fight with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. May his memory be a blessing for all of us who knew and loved and respected Victor deeply.